What up, y'all? Back for another music review. This time I'm going to be reviewing Johnny Richter's Laughing, and I will put more light on. This was a very good album, fun to listen to. I've been waiting for Johnny Richter to put out a solo album for a long time now, because to me, he's always been my favorite Cottonmouth King. His verses always stood out to me on all the songs, and it seemed to me like he had more of an actual talent and ability. I mean, don't get me wrong, Daddy X, he has a lot more experience. He was in like a punk band beforehand, or before he was in Cottonmouth Kings, and he's done his own thing. He's held his own, and so has D-Lo too. But I don't know, just for some reason Johnny Richter just has always stood out more to me. So I've felt like he has more to say, and I've always thought he had more than I've always felt he wanted to do more than just make songs about weed all the time, And this album honestly proves that, because out of the 16 songs on it, there's one song about weed. And, the tracks on it are really, conceptually, they're all really cool. Like the one I'm playing in the background right now, Remember That Summer. It's just one of those really feel-good type summer songs, and then Nice Cold One featuring Dirtball. Just kind of kick back and chill type songs that you don't hear in rap a lot much anymore, which is cool that you hear on Suburban Noise a lot. But, there are the typical kind of Suburban Noise type songs that you would hear from the Cottonmouth Kings, like Let's Go, At It Again, I'm Going Crazy. The beats are those kind of similar sounds and everything. But, he has more lyrical, meaningful type songs, like What Kind of World is my favorite song on the album. People Change, Hello World featuring Daddy X, Stand Up featuring Big B, and then Evolution, or My Life, that was on the Hidden Stash 4, and so I had heard that one before, but I still really like it. It kind of has that West Coast, kind of gangster type vibe to it. And one thing I did like about this album too, especially, is this was a Richter solo album. He didn't totally drain it with, or totally fill it out with features from other members of the Cottonmouth Kings. What you'll see with groups a lot is when they split up, or when they kind of just when they go their solo directions, they always get a bunch of features from the group that they were in, which Johnny Richter didn't do. He wanted this to be his solo album, because there's one song with the Dirtball, one song with Daddy X, and that's about it for Cottonmouth Kings features. This dude Broadcast is on 2 songs, and I've never even heard of him before. I might want to check him out after this. But, and then one feature from Big B. So there's 5 features on the whole album, which, out of the 16 songs, that means 11 of them are, just him. Which, like I said, that was cool. That he didn't overdo it with features. And to me this would be like a 9 or 9.5 type album, but the thing that keeps me from going that high is that it was conceptually and everything, and the way he put it together, it was what I expected, but as far as lyrically, there were too many cringes. Like when I was listening to it, I'd just be like, oh, did he really say that? Or did he you know, or he'd get off beat and he wouldn't rap to the beat. He'd rap like he'd get off beat a few times, and I don't know if he just needed somebody else who was like, hold on, let me see who. I forget who executively produced this, but I'm thinking maybe it would have been better if they would have got like Daddy X to watch over it or something, you know. But then Daddy X gets off beat sometimes too. Oh, it is Daddy X is the executive producer, but it says it's produced by Kamad Guy or some crap. I can't even say that. But that was probably the producer of the actual album, like putting the tracks where they were and helping with the recording and everything. You know, I'd like to have heard that album if somebody like Rob Rebeck, you know, was helping with it. Because he does all the Strange Music albums, and they're always flawless. There's never a misstep. They're never offbeat at all. So, yeah, that would have been a lot cooler. And, you know, certain lines like in What Kind of World, which sucks because that's my favorite song on the album. He says a line about how it doesn't make sense, but it makes dollars. I've heard that in at least 5 other rap songs. And to make it even worse, he uses the exact same line in another song on the album. I think he just switches it up. He says something about, I don't know, same thing. He just switches it up. Listen to What Kind of World, and then listen to Hello World, I think. Either Hello World or Stand Up, I don't remember which one. But one of those two, he uses the same line again. And like I said, I've already heard that in like 5 different other hip-hop songs before. So, those are kind of the cringing moments I'm talking about. But, you know, I don't know, like I said, my favorites are like Remember That Summer, Nice Cold One, What Kind of World, People Change, Hello World, Stand Up. I mean, like I said, as a whole, it's put together very well, but like I said, there's just too many cringe points, and I think that it would have been better if somebody else was, like, watching over it. I don't know, I'm stuck between an 8 and an 8.5. I'm thinking 8.5 because the album delivered well, but all those cringes make me want to say 8. But it is Richter, and it could have been worse, so I'm going to say 8.5. 8.5 sounds right. So I'm going to be reviewing Big Boy's Sir Lucius Left Foot, the son of Chico Dusty, next, so I'll see you then. Peace. Oh, yeah. SRH. Peace.